friends, I'm an Iranian-Australian academic and I would like to share my story around gender inequality in Iran and why I left Iran. When I was in my early 20s, I had a reflection about my life and I chose two key purposes for professional and personal development. First, I always liked to be a successful entrepreneur and I wanted to be a successful businesswoman. So I wanted to focus on health promotion and prevention of diseases because I really believed in fix it before it's broken. Second, I always wanted to be a successful academic. For these purposes, I started working at Shiraz University of Medical Sciences, which is a credible university in Shiraz, Iran. And of course, it wasn't easy to get employed in that organization. So basically, despite all the gender inequality challenges for Iranian women at different levels, such as societal level, organizational level, and community level, I was doing relatively well in terms of my job and occupation progress. And at some point, I decided to apply for promotion. So basically, when I applied for promotion, I've been advised that in terms of my competencies, qualifications, and knowledge, I'm quite competent. But unfortunately, I don't meet the qualification in terms of Islamic rules. And then when I asked why, they gave me three key reasons. They suggested that in terms of hijab, I obey the hijab in a loose way. And also I have a lot of socialization with males. And thirdly, they suggested I have a lot of discussions around political and social and societal matters. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Besides that, they suggested that outside of the workplace, I need to adjust based on Islamic rules. And it's really interesting because the information they provided about my social life outside the workplace was quite precise. For example, they knew what kinds of dresses I had, what kinds of colors, who I've been on contact, and all those things. And it was quite I don't know, shocking for me when I realized that they have such information about my personal and social life, and they are suggesting that I need to be exactly the same in terms of the way that I'm working in the workplace and also my social life outside the workplace. Otherwise, it will impact my work progress. I also need to mention that in public organizations in Iran, such as universities and hospitals that I was working in, there is a department called Harasat, which is something like morality police, and they observe staff in terms of the Islamic rules. So basically, during my study, both bachelor and master level, and also during my work at Shiraz University of Medical Sciences, they warned me multiple times around my loose hijab or my interaction with males and discussion around political and social issues. So they got my signature because you need to sign that you wouldn't do this again. But at that time I didn't take it seriously because I thought, it's just a signature, it's a warning, it doesn't really matter. So I didn't take it seriously. But of course later on, because they actually document all those warnings, and later on when you want to progress in your job or apply for promotion, they will use all those documents against you. And it was my case because they had all those information and they had all those documents in terms of Harasat. And later on, when I wanted to apply for promotion, they used it against me and I wasn't able to do anything. So I was quite frustrated and shocked when I heard all those things. And then at that time, my husband suggested that let's immigrate to other countries. We will have more chances there in order to have some sort of freedom of speech, to progress and to improve our life. But I said no, there is no way that I immigrate because I love my country, I love my people. So it's not just about my family and friends, it's about my people and my country. I really, really love it and I want to stay here. So basically we closed the case of immigrating to other countries. Basically I decided not to give up. So I tried so hard for 1 year to defend my situation, to defend my right. And the more, but it was interesting, the more I was trying to defend my right, the less result I was getting. Unfortunately, when they realized that I'm resisting to defend my rights, they suspended me unpaid, and it was something like firing me from Shiraz University of Medical Sciences. And at that time, I really couldn't believe it. I felt so powerless, so hopeless, and I don't know, I just felt I'm nothing, I'm nowhere. So I had all those enthusiasm, all that passion about my job, my personal and professional development, and then by sudden they were telling me that I can't do anything. And at that time I was thinking that maybe the only choice that I have is to emigrate. So I immigrated not because of the corrupted and bad financial situation of Iran, but rather I wanted to be my real self. I was so tired of pretending to be accepted by the society and to be accepted by those Islamic leaders. So basically I applied for PhD scholarship in Australia, and after 1 year I was accepted. And because I had a lot of challenges in Iran around gender inequality, I decided to focus on young Iranian women for my PhD research, in order to see how they actually tackle the situations in terms of the societal, social, and community challenges that they confront in terms of their personal and professional development. And then I also didn't only focus on women as victims of their society. I really wanted to see how they empower themselves, how they improve the situations in order to move forward and to tackle those challenges. Interestingly, the very first year that I was doing my PhD in Australia, I received an email from Shiraz University of Medical Sciences suggesting that they wanted me to go back to Iran, and they were suggesting that actually they are happy to provide me the promotion that I applied in past, and they refused to give me that promotion. So it was really interesting, but it was too late. And of course, I didn't reply to that email. And I'm really thankful from Australia that they provided me this opportunity to focus on my PhD research around gender inequality. And of course, I'm going to talk about the findings in other stories.